All right, the last lesson for chapter 6, so pages 162 on, will be timing food preparation. So one of the most challenging parts of making a meal is scheduling the preparation so that all the food is ready at the same time. Here's our first example. We have Amy and Paul are planning to serve the following dishes at 7:30. When must each dish begin cooking to be ready at 7:30? So here's the different dishes. We have roast lamb, which for every pound, we have to cook for 30 minutes and then leave resting for 15. Brown rice takes 35 minutes to cook, and then broccoli takes 12 minutes to cook. So for the roast lamb, we have to multiply the weight times the cooking time. So 30 minutes times 5 pounds is 150 minutes. And then we have to add the 15 minutes that it needs to stand. So that's 165 minutes. We have to take the 165 minutes and convert that into hours. So you're going to divide 165 divided by 60. You're going to get a decimal, and hopefully you remember how to turn that into hours. So 165 divided by 60, let me write that down for you, is going to give you 2.75. So in order to turn that into minutes, you're going to take the 0.75, you're going to multiply by 60 minutes, and that's going to give you 45. So that's how we get the 2 hours and 45 minutes as our answer. Okay, so to figure out what time we need to put it in to the oven or start cooking it or whatever, we're going to subtract from 7:30, 2 hours and 45 minutes before that is when I want to place it. Now, if you set it up like this, you can't subtract 45 minutes from 30 minutes. So then one way we could do this is to rewrite the 7 hours and 30 minutes as 6 hours and 90 minutes. So what we did is we took one from here and then added 60 minutes to that. So 60 and 30 gives me the 90. So now I can go ahead and subtract 90 minus 45 is 45. 6 minus 2 is 4. So at 4:45 is when I should start putting everything so that it's ready by 7:30. Okay. For the rice, we're going to subtract 35 minutes from 7:30, which is when I want it to be ready. So again, we're going to take 1 from the 7, add 60 to the 30, and that's how I get 6 hours and 90 minutes. So 90 minus 35 is 55. So at 6:55 is when I should put the rice in. And then same thing for the broccoli, subtract 12 minutes. This time I don't need to rewrite anything because 12 is already less than 30. So then my answer is 7 hours and 18 minutes. Therefore, at 7:18 is when I should put the broccoli in. So that's what you're going to do for this next page for all of these. You're going to figure out when you need to put start cooking it to make sure that it's ready by whatever time it gives you. Okay, and this will be on your test, so please make sure you're actually trying these. So for number 1, if something needs to be ready at 8 p.m., here's how you would do this. So same idea, roast beef, 6 pounds, 35 minutes per pound plus 20 minutes. So we're going to take the 6 pounds times the 35 minutes, gives me 210 minutes. But then I'm adding the 20 minutes standing time, so 230 minutes. Convert that into hours and minutes using your calculator, so that's 3 hours and 50 minutes. So you're going to subtract, so go back from 8 o'clock, 3 hours and 50 minutes before that. That's almost 4 hours, so I know it's going to be a little bit after 4 p.m. And so that comes out to be at 4:10 p.m. is when I need to put this in the oven or start cooking it. And you're going to go through and do the same thing for all of them. If I subtract 18 minutes from 8 o'clock, that's going to be 7:42 p.m. If I subtract 40 minutes from 8 o'clock, that's going to be at 7:20 p.m. If I subtract 17 minutes from 8 o'clock, that's going to mean at 7:43 I need to put in the rolls. Okay, so your answers are going to be times. Like what time should you start cooking these things in order to make sure that they are ready for dinner. Okay, I'm going to make this one optional because you do have an assignment later on this week that will focus more on it. So page 164 is optional. And then what you're going to do after you finish all the examples for what we went over in this video, I want you to go ahead and do the chapter 6 review because your test will be on Monday, April 11th. Okay, so that's when your test is going to be. So go ahead and practice that and do the review. That's the end of this video.